Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. It is the week of December the 5th, 2024. I will be flying solo this week because my partner in crime is under the weather. Hope you get better soon. So, current challenge is Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. It's a 1-week repeat. There is no requirement at normal difficulty. There are only 9 fights each ladder at normal difficulty, and this is just like all the Suicide Squad challenges. It goes back to the regular 12 fights, except for the last one, which is 15 for expert and nightmare levels. And there's also better prizes like all the Suicide Squad challenges. You get a silver pack, gear locker, gold pack before getting the challenge character, instead of getting a bronze pack, credits, and then a silver pack. After normal difficulty, the required characters are going to be Black Adam, Flash, and Raven, who are silver, bronze, and challenge gold at the cheapest levels available. Her passive is, "It's what we do." Harley has an extra trick in her bag of tricks. If Suicide Squad Deadshot is on your team, Dynamite turns to C4. If you have a Suicide Squad, the Joker on your team, the Joker picture brings him in for an attack. She's got 1250 attack and 1450 health. She was last reviewed actually very recently, season 12, episode 21, and she was last available November 23rd, 2023. So she's got good high stats. I believe she has the highest combined stats of any Harley Quinn. Next best is probably Arkham Knight Harley Quinn at 1100 and 1100. Suicide Squad Harley Quinn is a great character to build a team around. Her special 2 is deadly when Joker's maxed out for a special 2 to take advantage of it. So just to the gears that we've got. Deadshot's in first slot. He's got Claw of Horus, Astro Harness, and Ra's al Ghul Scimitar. Joker's got Fourth World Godly Mace, Demon Blade, and Kryptonian Rifle. And Harley Quinn's got Tantu, Master's Death card, and Enchantress Companion card. If you're too lazy to look at that video from less than 2 weeks ago, here's a few highlights. So the Suicide Squad Deadshot, the Dynamite turns to C4 means it's got splash damage instead of just hitting the opponent in front of you. And the real sort of revelation, the star, is that the Joker comes in for an attack. And that combination is amazing. Special 2 with Joker always crits, even against non-crit opponents, because we have set him up to crit for 100% with his gear loadout, right? Demon Blade is a 30% crit chance. Kryptonian Rifle is a 30% chance. He's been augmented to have a 50% chance. Crits every time. And that works even against opponents whose passive allows them to not take crit damage. For example, Red Sun, Green Lantern. He'll still get crit. And the damage is only modified by passive and gears, with that exception, right? So even though Red Sun, Green Lantern's passive protects against crit damage, doesn't come into play, although the reduced special damage by 20% does. So it works both ways, right? So Harley Quinn does a special 2 with the Joker card. It uses her power. You get Joker with the animation for special 1, but the damage happens according to Joker's special 2 modifiers. And the funniest thing is Joker gets credit for damage if the opponent's knocked out, but Harley Quinn gets credit for the damage if the opponent is not knocked out. And you'll see at the end of some of these fights, pretty wild, is how much damage Joker does without having any time at all on screen. None of it counts. So he's got time 0. So this is week 32 since the end of the 4-year repeating challenge cycle, and week 32 of that sort of brand new cycle where we were in uncharted territory. They alternated weeks with the missing challenge characters and then the old challenge characters in the same order as that repeating challenge cycle, and then they stopped. And they stopped a few months ago. We've got maybe 3 months before they will run out of time to be alternating back again to get the last remaining challenge characters. So we are hopeful. We are very hopeful. Okay. So the multiplayer reward this week is Overpowered Super, which starts off as the Overpowered Pill. When maxed out, there's a 50% damage boost to basic attacks, 50% crit chance on basic attacks, and 90% life drain chance on combo ender. When it's max evolved, there is a 100% chance to drain 15% power on combo ender. It was last available the 2nd of May, 2024. Unlike the challenge cycle, nothing is missing for multiplayer rewards. If the pattern holds, next week should be Flashpoint Aquaman. It's an excellent piece of gear for a basic damage dealer. The highest crit chance for basic damage possible, that's the 50%, so that a max augmented card can get as close to 100% crit on basics as the game allows. Now, it comes at a cost because the damage boost is only 50% instead of the 70% that you can get on other gears. But there's 2 combo ender effects, health drain and power drain. I'm not the biggest fan of combo enders and combo ender effects, but those 2 abilities combined sort of make up for that, and the fact that all the abilities are synergistic with basic attacks. To me, this is the ideal gear for a basic damage dealer, the same way that Tantu Totem is the ideal gear for special specialists, and Astro Harness is the ultimate tank gear. Yeah, so this is absolutely one of the legendary gears. Grab it. It's become less valuable in the world with Tantu Totem, where power and specials are sort of king, but still super valuable. In the store, we've got Dawn of Justice Superman pack for $24.99. It is a corroborate included next week's challenge because this is what we would have expected from the old challenge pattern. It's $24.99 Canadian, which is the only currency that matters. It does not come with credits. It's especially overpriced because of that. And it does not unlock them in your store, so you're better off just waiting until next week, where we are almost certainly to have them in our challenge. And you can spend a bit of time fighting the challenge and get them for free and unlock them in your store. The other new pack this week is a character bundle, Women of Power, for $24.99. It is Arkham Knight Harley Quinn, New 52 Wonder Woman, New 52 Wonder Woman, absolute S-tier character. Even then, though, because she is a challenge character, it's still not maybe the best value for your money. We've got a second week of Blackest Night Pack 1, which we talked about last week, and a bunch of other packs which have been around for years. So, Phantom Zone, finished. This is the first week. Next week will be another week where it's not, and then it should be back the week after that. Fight 62 is still broken. Last weekend's breakthrough for golds was Bane, Killer Frost, and Ares. This coming weekend is probably Sinestro, Green Arrow, and Scorpion. There's a link in the description to a thread in the Injustice Mobile subreddit from Devlin16 that goes over the complete breakthrough cycle. So as far as the current glitches go, we go into more detail every time something significant changes, which did not happen this week. However, even if nothing changes, we still do a more detailed review once a month, the first week of every month. And that's today. This is the first Thursday of December. Now, if you're a little bit impatient, you can also see a video tutorial for every working glitch in our playlist, Current Working Glitches, linked in the description of this video, step by step in real time about how to do the glitches with an explanation of what to watch out for, the things you need to be careful about. But we do talk a little bit more about the kind of subtleties that maybe need a bit more emphasis based on the kind of comments we get on those videos. So you can reach that playlist by clicking the eye in the top right corner of this video. We are Android only, so we're only able to confirm these glitches for Android. And the way we like to do this usually is to start out with significant not working glitches. And that's because some of these have worked before, and some of these are just things that people really want. It's easy to find something that's actually there. It's not so easy to look for something that's not there and find out that it actually doesn't work. So there's no working glitch for credits. We talked about this in more detail in a previous Season 6, Episode 9 of our Q&A, which used to be our P and Q and C and A and T. The main thing worth repeating and emphasizing to a larger audience here is some people have been successfully exploiting glitch that requires two devices being logged simultaneously into one account. too dangerous. We only endorse and recommend glitches that we can test and confirm ourselves. And doing that logged into one account, 2 devices, we're not willing to endorse it because it's too dangerous. Good way of messing up your account. The glitch for getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards is not working in a way that's exploitable. At all. It's the glitch for early multiplayer season rewards that is not working in a way that's exploitable. Although some people are experiencing problems when they're playing as a season rolls over and they end up getting the season rewards early before they've had a chance to rank up. And then at the end of the season, they don't get anything because they've already been rewarded once. There's no glitch to get through Phantom Zone quickly, although we do have a bunch of speed runs. We got a playlist on our channel if you want to take a look at that. Lots of fun. The glitch that used to let you get the free energy recharge without watching the video, also not working. And that's separate from the time shifting for free energy, which is. And that's our nice segue into the working glitches. The challenge reset method that requires Google Play Cloud Save is working, confirmed on the current Suicide Squad Harley Quinn challenge. A reminder that this is the same glitch as resetting the Phantom Zone progress when it's around. And the main reason why it's so important to remember that is because you're going to reset both if you want to reset the progress for either. And for some people, Phantom Zone takes a lot more time than the challenge, and it's pretty frustrating if you accidentally, unintentionally remove your progress. So for the challenge reset, the 2 most common problems that people talk about are that the cloud doesn't appear or that the progress remains. So if the cloud doesn't appear, you are disconnecting too early. So the part where you shut off your internet connection, you got to wait a little bit longer than you did when the cloud doesn't appear. However, if the progress remains and the cloud appears, that means you're disconnecting too late. So there's a sort of a narrow window there where you just got to play around with it so that the cloud appears, but the progress is not there. So you got to adjust back and forth until you get what you want, but it still works. What else? We've got a comment from viewer Kakde, which goes into which files you could potentially move around if you don't want to re-download more than a gig of data each time you do the challenge reset. So you just shift it around out of that folder and bring it back after you've done the challenge reset so you don't have to re-download it. The breakthrough glitch to let you play it repeatedly is still working. The airplane mode /refund glitch is still working, good for both packs with random drops, also known as loot boxes, and last laugh tickets. It did not work for us in a meaningful way in the Phantom Zone, and we can get into more detail with that when the Phantom Zone is back, but there are people who are saying it works for them. It did not work for us. Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. Again, a reminder to return your cooldown clock back to normal before you finish. If you do not, that is probably the most common reason why people do not have events showing up when they are supposed to. And by events, I mean the new challenge. What else? Yeah, basically new challenge, Phantom Zone, stuff like that. It's stuff that comes in a cycle that's supposed to show up. If you mess up your clock and your game is communicated with the server, then it has a strong potential for messing up the other things that rely on the server clock. So in between not working and working glitches, we have the promotion glitch where you can promote characters that are still locked. Still hasn't had the right conditions since update 2.14, so still not testable and still not usable, but also still hasn't failed us. So one of those conditions was having the challenge in the first slot of the main page, but it's consistently been in the second slot with a cash pack in the first. So even if the other conditions come back, good chance this glitch won't be doable. But we will remove it from the list once the required conditions show up and it fails us for the first time. And that's it for this week. This is where we like to give a big thank you to our patrons on Patreon. That's Michael Devries, Irvin Ruiz, Hoshi127, and Nora Klimek, who are supporting us on the credited level. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Komoda.